What if I told you that every challenge you're facing right now, every relationship that triggers you, every obstacle that seems insurmountable? What if you specifically chose all of it before you were born? What if your soul, in its infinite wisdom, designed this life as the perfect curriculum for your spiritual evolution? Right now, somewhere beyond the veil of ordinary consciousness, there exists a cosmic library containing the blueprint of your life. Every major event, every significant relationship, every lesson you came here to learn. Today, we will unlock the profound mystery of pre-birth soul planning and discover why your current life circumstances aren't accidents, coincidences, or punishments, but carefully orchestrated opportunities for your soul's ultimate awakening. The greatest mystery of human existence. Before we dive into the mechanics of how souls choose their earthly experiences, we need to understand something fundamental about the nature of consciousness itself. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are an eternal spiritual being having a temporary human experience. This isn't just poetic language. It's the foundational truth that explains why life often feels like we're actors in a play we didn't remember auditioning for. Every major wisdom tradition throughout history has taught that our souls exist before birth and continue after death. But most people don't understand that between incarnations, our consciousness operates from a completely different level of awareness, where we can see the bigger picture of our soul's evolution across multiple lifetimes. From this expanded perspective, what appears as suffering, limitation, or injustice in human life reveals itself as precisely calibrated opportunities for growth, healing, and awakening. Your soul doesn't choose experiences to punish you or make you suffer. It chooses them because they contain the exact frequencies of consciousness you need to develop. Think of it this way. If you wanted to become a master musician, you wouldn't choose to practice only simple songs. You'd deliberately select increasingly challenging pieces that stretch your abilities and develop new skills. Your soul approaches incarnation with the same strategic wisdom, selecting life circumstances to catalyze your spiritual development in ways that easier experiences couldn't provide. The Pre-Birth Planning Council. According to the most detailed accounts from near-death experiences, past life regressions, and mystical traditions, the process of choosing your life begins in what many describe as a planning council or soul council meeting. This isn't a formal bureaucratic process. It's a gathering of highly evolved spiritual beings who serve as advisors, guides, and teachers for your soul's development. Often experienced as infinitely loving and wise, these beings help you review your soul's progress across previous lifetimes. Together, you examine what lessons you've mastered, what patterns you've transcended, and what aspects of consciousness you still need to develop. This review isn't judgmental. It's conducted with the same loving precision a master teacher uses to assess a student's readiness for advanced coursework. Your soul then collaborates with these guides to design a life that will provide optimal opportunities for your continued evolution. This includes choosing your parents, siblings, and other family members who will play crucial roles in your development. It involves selecting the geographical location, cultural context, and historical period best supporting your soul's learning objectives. Most remarkably, you also choose the significant challenges, obstacles, and traumas you'll encounter. Understanding from your expanded pre-birth perspective that these experiences will serve as catalysts for profound spiritual growth and healing. Not just for yourself, but often for generations of souls connected to you. Why souls choose difficult lives. One of the most challenging aspects of pre-birth planning to understand from our human perspective is why souls would deliberately choose lives filled with hardship, trauma, or limitation. The answer lies in understanding the difference between human happiness and soul growth. From the human perspective, we naturally want comfort, security, pleasure, and ease. But from the soul's perspective, these conditions, while pleasant, don't necessarily promote rapid spiritual development. It's often through facing and transcending challenges that consciousness expands most dramatically. Consider how a muscle grows stronger only when it's challenged with resistance. Similarly, qualities like compassion, courage, forgiveness, and wisdom typically develop most powerfully when faced with situations that require us to embody these virtues under pressure. A soul might experience poverty to develop non-attachment to material possessions and cultivate an appreciation for life's simple gifts. Another soul might choose physical disability to learn about the true nature of strength and to teach others about the power of the human spirit. A soul might decide to be born into a dysfunctional family to learn about unconditional love and to break generational patterns of trauma. These choices aren't made lightly or without support. Your soul always ensures that you'll have access to the inner resources, spiritual guides, and human connections necessary to survive your chosen challenges and transform them into wisdom and healing. The soul contract system. Every soul enters incarnation with what spiritual traditions call a soul contract, a detailed agreement outlining the major themes, relationships, and experiences planned for that lifetime. This contract isn't rigid or predetermined. It's more like a flexible curriculum with core requirements and elective opportunities. Your soul contract includes several key components that work together to create your unique life experience. Primary life lessons. These are the core spiritual qualities or areas of consciousness your soul has committed to developing during this incarnation. Common primary lessons include learning unconditional love, developing personal power, mastering forgiveness, cultivating trust, and embodying service to others. Karmic relationships. Your soul prearranges to incarnate with other souls you've shared previous lifetimes with, often to heal unresolved conflicts, balance karmic debts, or support each other's growth. These souls might appear as family members, romantic partners, close friends, or even challenging adversaries who push you toward growth. Service mission. Every soul chooses some form of service to contribute to the collective evolution of consciousness. This might manifest as a specific career calling, a healing gift, an artistic talent, or simply an example of how you live and treat others. Healing opportunities. Your soul often chooses to incarnate with specific wounds, traumas, or limitations that provide opportunities to develop healing abilities both for yourself and to serve others facing similar challenges. Spiritual gifts and abilities. Many souls choose to incarnate with particular psychic, healing, or spiritual abilities that will support their service mission and help them navigate their chosen challenges. The role of free will in soul contracts. Understanding pre-birth planning raises essential questions about free will and personal responsibility. If your soul chooses your life circumstances, everything is predetermined. The answer is both yes and no. Your soul contract establishes your life's general framework and major themes. But how you respond to these circumstances remains entirely up to your free will choice in each moment. Think of it like choosing to enroll in a university program. You've committed to specific required courses, but how you engage with the material, what grades you earn, and what you ultimately learn depend on your daily choices and effort. Two people might have very similar soul contracts, perhaps both choosing to learn about personal power through overcoming childhood trauma. However, their lives could unfold very differently based on how they choose to respond to their circumstances. One might become bitter and victimized, while the other transforms their pain into wisdom and uses their experience to help others heal. This is why spiritual growth isn't automatic or guaranteed. Having challenging experiences doesn't automatically make you wise or enlightened. It's how you choose to work with these experiences that determines whether they become sources of wisdom or sources of continued suffering. Your soul contract provides the raw material for growth, but your conscious choices determine what you build with that material. Recognizing your soul's choices. Once you understand the concept of pre-birth planning, you might wonder how to recognize which aspects of your life were chosen by your soul versus which are simply random circumstances. Several indicators can help you identify the core elements of your soul contract. Recurring patterns. Themes that appear repeatedly throughout your life in relationships, career challenges, health issues, or spiritual experiences often point to primary soul lessons. If you keep attracting the same type of relationship dynamic or facing similar obstacles in different contexts, your soul is likely working on mastering a particular area of consciousness. Intense emotional reactions. Situations, people, or experiences that trigger robust emotional responses often indicate soul contract territory. These fierce reactions signal significant spiritual work to be done in these areas. Natural gifts and interests. Talents, abilities, or interests that come naturally or that you've been drawn to since childhood often represent gifts your soul chose to bring into this lifetime to support your service mission. Meaningful synchronicities. When you're aligned with your soul's purpose, you'll notice increased synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem to guide you toward specific people, opportunities, or experiences that support your spiritual growth. Sense of destiny or calling. Areas of life where you feel a strong sense of purpose, destiny, or calling often align with your soul's service mission and chosen areas of development. The spiritual significance of your relationships. One of the most profound aspects of pre-birth planning involves the souls you've agreed to incarnate with and the roles you'll play in each other's spiritual development. These soul family members often appear as your most significant positive and challenging relationships. Soulmates are souls you've shared many lifetimes with, often in different relationship configurations. You might be romantic partners, best friends, parents, children, or siblings in this lifetime. Soulmate relationships tend to feel immediately familiar and comfortable, with a sense of coming home when you meet. Twin flames represent an intense connection where two souls were originally one consciousness that split into two complementary aspects. Twin flame relationships are designed to catalyze rapid spiritual awakening and often involve intense challenges as both souls work to heal and integrate their shadow aspects. Karmic relationships involve souls you've had unfinished business with in previous lifetimes. These relationships often begin with intense attraction or immediate conflict and are designed to provide opportunities for forgiveness, healing, and resolving past life conflicts. Teacher-student relationships involve souls who've agreed to help each other learn specific lessons. Sometimes, the teacher appears as someone in a position of authority or wisdom. Still, the most profound teachers often come disguised as challenging people who force you to develop patience, boundaries, or self-love. Soul group members are part of your extended spiritual family, the souls you've incarnated with repeatedly across many lifetimes, and they often play supporting roles in each other's spiritual development. Understanding these relationship dynamics can transform how you approach conflicts, attractions, and connections with others. Instead of taking relationship challenges personally, you can recognize them as opportunities to fulfill your soul contracts and support each other's growth. Why your soul chose your family. Your family of origin represents one of the most carefully orchestrated aspects of your soul contract. Your parents, siblings, and extended family members are souls who agreed to play specific roles in your spiritual development, just as you decided to play particular roles in theirs. Your parents were chosen not necessarily because they would be perfect caregivers, but because they would provide the exact combination of love, challenge, and modeling that your soul needed for its development. Sometimes this means choosing parents who would give you a foundation of love and security. Other times, it means selecting parents whose limitations would force you to develop independence, self-love, or healing abilities. If you experience childhood trauma or neglect, it's essential to understand that your soul didn't choose this experience as punishment or because you deserved suffering. Rather, your soul recognized that working through these particular challenges would develop specific spiritual qualities, perhaps compassion for others who've suffered similarly, the strength to break generational patterns, or the wisdom that comes from healing deep wounds. Your siblings often represent souls you've incarnated with repeatedly, sometimes as siblings, sometimes in other relationship configurations. Birth order, family dynamics, and sibling relationships all provide opportunities to practice consciousness leadership, cooperation, competition, protection, or independence. Even family members who seem to have little spiritual awareness or who create significant challenges in your life are playing essential roles in your soul's development. Sometimes, the most unconscious family members provide the most critical opportunities for practicing unconditional love, setting healthy boundaries, or developing discernment. The timing of your birth. The specific time, date, and location of your birth were also carefully chosen by your soul to align with cosmic energies that would support your spiritual mission. This is why astrology can be a powerful tool for understanding your soul's purpose. Your birth chart represents a cosmic map of the energies your soul chose to work with during this incarnation. Your astrological sign, planetary aspects, and birth chart patterns all reflect different aspects of your soul contract. The challenges indicated in your chart aren't limitations imposed upon you. They're areas your soul specifically chose to develop during this lifetime. Similarly, the historical period you chose to incarnate in provides specific spiritual growth and service opportunities. Souls choosing to incarnate during times of significant change, technological advancement, or social upheaval are often here to help humanity navigate these transitions and to anchor new frequencies of consciousness on the planet. Your soul's service mission. Every soul chooses to incarnate with some service mission to contribute to the collective evolution of consciousness. This service doesn't always look like traditional spiritual or humanitarian work. Your soul's service might be expressed through healing and teaching. Some souls are incarnate with natural healing abilities or teaching gifts, drawn to help others through therapy, medicine, education, or spiritual guidance. Creative expression. Artistic souls often incarnate to anchor new frequencies of beauty, inspiration, or consciousness through music, art, writing, or other creative mediums. Innovation and discovery. Some souls are drawn to push the boundaries of human knowledge through science, technology, or philosophical exploration. Social change. Activist souls incarnate to challenge unjust systems and help humanity evolve toward greater equality, compassion, and wisdom. Anchoring light. Many souls serve simply through their presence and example, anchoring higher frequencies of consciousness through how they live, love, and treat others. Breaking patterns. Some souls specifically incarnate into challenging family or cultural situations to break generational patterns of trauma, addiction, or unconsciousness. Your service mission often becomes clearer as you heal your wounds and develop your spiritual gifts. The areas where you've experienced the most significant challenges often become where you're most qualified to serve others. The evolution of soul contracts. New opportunities and challenges often emerge as you grow spiritually and fulfill aspects of your soul contract. Your soul contract isn't a static document. It's a living agreement that can expand and evolve as you demonstrate readiness for more advanced spiritual work. This sometimes means new people enter your life to support your continued growth. Other times, it means that existing relationships transform as you both evolve. You might find yourself drawn to new areas of service or discover latent abilities that weren't apparent earlier in your life. The key is to remain open to your soul's guidance and to trust that your life is unfolding exactly as it needs to for your highest development. This doesn't mean becoming passive or fatalistic. It means actively participating in your spiritual growth while trusting the larger intelligence that orchestrated your incarnation. Healing your relationship with your choices. Understanding pre-birth planning can initially bring up complex emotions. You might feel angry that your soul chose difficult experiences, guilty about challenges you've created for others, or overwhelmed by the responsibility of fulfilling your soul contract. These reactions are natural and part of the integration process. Remember that your soul made these choices from a place of infinite love and wisdom, with a complete understanding of your capacity to survive and thrive through your chosen experiences. Your human personality doesn't need to remember making these choices. Forgetting is part of the design that allows you to engage with your human experience fully. What matters is learning to trust that your life has meaning and purpose, even when you can't see the bigger picture. Forgiveness becomes crucial in this process, including forgiving yourself for choices that have created suffering, forgiving others who've played challenging roles in your life, and forgiving your soul for choosing a path that sometimes feels overwhelming. Living in alignment with your soul's purpose. Once you understand that you chose this life, the question becomes, how do you live in alignment with your soul's purpose? How do you honor the sacred contract you made before birth? The answer lies in approaching your life with curiosity rather than resistance. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" begin asking, "What is this experience here to teach me?" Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, consider them opportunities for growth and service. Pay attention to what brings you alive, what feels meaningful, and what seems to flow effortlessly. These often indicate that you're aligned with your soul's chosen path. Notice what triggers your compassion, what injustices motivate you to action, and what gifts you feel called to share with the world. Remember that fulfilling your soul contract doesn't require perfection or complete understanding. It involves a willingness to grow, love, serve, and trust that your life has profound meaning and purpose. The ripple effects of your choices. Understanding pre-birth planning also reveals the interconnected nature of all soul contracts. Your choices don't just affect your spiritual development. They create ripple effects that support the growth and healing of countless other souls. When you choose to heal a generational trauma, you're not just healing yourself. You're healing your entire ancestral line and preventing that trauma from passing to future generations. When you choose to forgive someone who's hurt you, you're not just freeing yourself. You're helping that soul complete its karmic lessons. When you choose to develop your gifts and share them with the world, you're fulfilling your soul contract and supporting the soul contracts of everyone you touch through your service. This interconnectedness means that every choice you make toward love, healing, and consciousness expansion contributes to the collective evolution of humanity. Your individual spiritual growth is simultaneously an act of service to the whole. Trusting your soul's wisdom. The most profound shift that comes from understanding pre-birth planning is learning to trust your soul's wisdom. Your soul chose this life because it knew you had the strength, wisdom, and love necessary to survive your chosen experiences and transform them into gifts for yourself and others. Every challenge you face is evidence of your soul's confidence in your abilities. Every complex relationship is an opportunity to practice unconditional love. Every obstacle is a chance to develop spiritual muscles you didn't know you had. This doesn't mean your path will be easy, or that you should accept harmful situations without action. It means approaching your life with the understanding that you are where you need to be for your highest development, and have access to all the inner resources necessary to fulfill your soul's purpose. Your sacred assignment. As we conclude this exploration into why you chose this life before birth, remember that understanding your soul contract is not about finding excuses for difficult circumstances or becoming passive about creating positive change. It's about recognizing the sacred nature of your human experience and the profound trust your soul placed in your ability to fulfill your spiritual mission. You are not a victim of random circumstances. You are a spiritual being on a sacred assignment, equipped with everything you need to succeed. Your challenges are not punishments. They are opportunities. Your relationships are not accidents. They are collaborations. Your gifts are not coincidences. They are tools for service. Every moment of your life is an opportunity to honor the sacred contract you made before birth. Your choice toward love, growth, and service fulfills your soul's deepest purpose. Every step on your spiritual path brings you closer to remembering who you truly are and why you chose to be here. The question is not whether you're living the life your soul intended you to live. The question is whether you're living it consciously, with an awareness of its sacred purpose and profound meaning. Your soul chose this life because it believed in your capacity to transform every experience into wisdom, every challenge into strength, and every moment into an opportunity for love. Trust that wisdom. Honor that choice. Live that truth. What resonates most deeply with you about the concept of pre-birth soul planning? Can you identify patterns in your life that reflect your soul's chosen lessons? What challenges are you facing that are opportunities for spiritual growth? Take a moment to reflect on your most significant relationships and life experiences through the lens of soul contracts. What might your soul have been trying to learn or heal through these experiences? How might understanding this change your relationship with your current circumstances? Share your insights in the comments below. Your reflections might provide the perspective someone else needs to understand their soul's journey. Remember, we're all here supporting each other's spiritual evolution. If this exploration into pre-birth planning has opened new perspectives on your life's purpose and meaning, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into consciousness, spirituality, and the mysteries of soul evolution. Next week, we'll explore how to read the signs of your soul's age and development level. Understand where you are in your spiritual evolution and what that means for your current incarnation's purpose. Remember, you didn't come here by accident. You came here by choice. You came here with a purpose. You came here with love. Honor that sacred choice by living your life as the spiritual masterpiece your soul intended it to be. Until next time, may you walk in awareness of your soul's wisdom and trust in the perfect unfolding of your sacred journey.